Good morning, you guys. Hi there, I'm Lori Winslow, and this is Rain or Shine Chalk Design. I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture, and I'm here to show you a fun technique and finish up something that we started yesterday. Alright, so yesterday on my live, I worked on sharing with you how to create these faux boards out of foam boards. Now, I have to talk a little bit about good morning, Maggie. The gal who shared this idea and where I got the idea from, she used Dollar Tree foam boards, and I did not use Dollar Tree foam boards. I wasn't going to the Dollar Tree, so I picked up a foam board somewhere else. I went yesterday and picked up foam boards from Dollar Tree and discovered that Dollar Tree foam boards are really, really, really thin. Good morning, Kathy. The paper on the Dollar Tree foam boards are super thin. I think if you're going to use the Dollar Tree foam boards, it may make a difference. I'm using this clear wax and the antique wax. The gal in the video said that this didn't work well. This particular product didn't work very well. She liked the Waverly better because of how thin the paper was. So that's a critical piece, and I have no experience. I bought some Dollar Tree foam boards, but I haven't worked on them yet. So just FYI, this technique may not work on the Dollar Tree foam boards. You may have to get regular foam boards somewhere else, but they're still not that expensive, especially for as much of the product as you get. I got the trifold boards, which gave me more to work with. So I even got mine at Hobby Lobby, but I got a 40% off coupon when I bought mine. So that's what we're going to work on today. Let's put that together. I just wanted to let you know that information. I hadn't really thought about the fact that I had kind of mixed apples and oranges, and I wanted you to know that. And I think I mentioned something about that in the video, but I wanted to make sure. Alright, so this morning we're going to put together the foam boards. Oh, I need to turn on my heat gun, my glue gun. So we're going to hot glue these onto a black foam board. So we use a black foam board so that if there's any spaces or gaps between our boards, because we are cutting them, but they may not be perfect, and we don't want to have like a white foam board on there to show through and ruin the effect that these look like boards. And I kind of mixed and matched the boards. So the first time I did the technique, I made a real light wash board, and I didn't really think I liked the light wash, but then yesterday's boards were pretty dark, and I kind of liked the effect of putting some of the lighter boards and the darker boards together. So I could put all of the same boards together, but I liked the effect of putting the different ones. Let me turn on my hot glue gun, and then we'll get started putting it all together. Oops. Oh goodness. It's been kind of a morning for me. I looked up and went, oh, it's time to go. It's time to get started. I was enjoying watching a video of somebody else, and then I looked up and went, oh, I kind of lost track of time. All right. So let's see, a couple of things. I have made sure that I have covered the edges of my boards. So what I want to do is, let me turn you down so you can see a little bit better what my hands are doing. Ignore all that stuff behind me. I have a whole bunch of fall things on my table behind me that I'm excited about doing with you guys and sharing with you guys. And my work area is just crazy right now. I have that big box that I received from Darice, and it's just kind of crazy. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to I'm going to use my hot glue gun when it's nice and hot. I'm going to hot glue these to my board, and then I'm going to create a frame. So you can see I have not stained these edges. I cut a board. That's not it. This must be it. I cut one of my 3-inch boards in half. So I have two 1.5-inch boards, and I'm going to use that to frame out my project. And I'm going to make sure I put the white side to the outside so that I can I can hit that with some color. I don't want to put it on the inside where if I put more color it would make a dark line here. So that's my plan. And then I'll put one going this way. Now, if you wanted to, you could be real fancy and miter your edges. That means to make a 45-degree cut on your foam. And then you could match up those 45-degree cuts. And I like playing around with that, but I think for this sign, what I'm going to put on it, I want it to be a little less polished, a little more rough. So my plan is to use this big rooster transfer that I have and put that on top of these boards because I love this rooster. This rooster is retired. I don't think you can get him. I don't even think he's on the last chance stuff anymore. But I just love him, guys. Look at this rooster. Is he not glorious? And this is the kind of stuff that Chalk Couture has. And it just makes my heart happy. I love that rooster. So I'm not going to be able to put the whole thing on there. As you can see, it's way bigger than what I need. But it will be great. So now the next thing I need to think about is what color am I going to chalk the rooster onto my boards? I've got my black out right now. I've got kind of this dark surface, but yet some of the boards are kind of light. I've been kicking around the idea of doing white for it to pop, but I'm a little bit concerned about my light color boards. Would you guys give me some feedback? Do you think I should do... I did the rooster on a real board, and I did him in white, and he looked really good against the brown. But that brown was a little darker. Can you guys give me some feedback? Oh, Kathy, I'm glad you love him. You have roosters in your kitchen. Love it. I think most of us that like country stuff probably have roosters and chickens in our kitchen. It's just kind of like the people who like beachy stuff have shells in their bathroom, right? So I'm going to grab a couple of hot glue sticks, or a glue stick, and get it in my gun. My hot glue gun. Oops, it would help if I grab the right size. I'm sorry I'm not together this morning, guys. I usually do a better job of having everything pulled together. It was just one of those mornings. I hit the snooze. I had everything kind of ready. Have you guys seen this tip where if you just use the tip of your hot glue gun to kind of heat up the end of your stick? You can add glue too. I just like to heat it up a little. And then you stick it into the end. It's not as likely to fall. Okay, Kathy, we're on the same page. That's what I'm thinking too. The white may not show up. And I don't want that to happen. If I'm going to put the time to put him together, I want him to show up. I did see someone do something kind of interesting. She chalked something in, I think it was the little truck. She chalked it in white, and then she went over it, no. Yeah, I think she chalked it in white, and then she went over the whole thing in black, and it made kind of a shadow effect. She kind of moved it over a little bit. So the white was kind of like a highlight. It was kind of cool. Something different I hadn't seen done before. All right, we're just waiting on this glue gun. So this is my first time doing this project with these foam boards. So I'm learning along the way, just like a lot of these projects. So we'll learn together. I'm kind of an impulsive crafter. I like to try new things. Sometimes it gets me in trouble because something doesn't work out completely. So I'm just lining up this board with my black backer board, pushing down nice and firm. This won't take very long, guys. Make sure I have some in the middle. I noticed on our Board and Pillar Club, we have 2 people voting right now for which design they want to do. If you want to check out Chalk Couture, you want to try your hand at using these transfers, we have what we call a Board and Pillar Club, the second Saturday of each month. We do a project together on a live. So I'm live on Facebook, and you guys are at home with all your pieces you need to do the project, and we do the project together. That way, if you have any questions about how to do something, you can ask, and it feels like we're crafting together. I love thinking about you guys at home doing the exact same thing I'm doing, and we're doing it together. So if you want information about that, put hashtag VIP, because you have to be in the VIP group to be able to do that. That's where I advertise it. And I just add you to the group, or I'll invite you, and then you get added to the group. And then you can see the post that shows how to get your supplies. And we have 5 different transfers that people are voting on this time. We just have so many. And that didn't even include all the super cute fall ones that I kept thinking, oh, I should put that. I was like, no, let's wait a little bit. I want us to have some fall ones to do in the fall. Okay, guys, so this is going on super easy. Not giving me any challenges yet. Nancy, all right, I will put you in the VIP. I'll invite you to the VIP group, and you can take a look. Thanks for asking. Okay, so now we have our boards on there, guys, and this is just a super simple project. I hope you can see how easy this has been so far. I wasn't sure how easy or difficult these faux boards were going to be, but they were actually a lot easier than I'd kind of feared they were going to be challenging, but they really weren't. Alright, so this is going to be my top edge up here. I'm going to take a look at it so I can see how much I'm hanging over. So I'm just making it hang over a little bit, if you can see that. I'm giving myself a little bit of an edge along the top there. It's hanging over. Just because I don't want to lose all of my board surface is why I'm doing that. Now guys, what's so cool about this is how light this is. This is, you know, basically just 2 small pieces of foam, the foam board, and it looks like it's a really heavy duty board, and it's not. So that just tickles me. I guess you can tell I'm easily tickled. So I'm going to put some more hot glue on the back of these pieces. And I just have a really old hot glue gun. It's not a low temp gun, it is a hot glue gun. I do like the low temp guns for certain things. And I'm definitely an advocate of not burning yourself. Okay, and I am kind of eyeballing that, but I think it looks pretty even. If you guys have any questions about this or about Chalk Couture, please ask away. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have about how Chalk Couture works. You'll see more when I put the transfer on about that. All right, so now I'm just gonna I want to do a little matchy here, and I might have to do a little more trimming. No, I think it's gonna be good. All right, so definitely I've been finding that using this razor blade is the way to cut this foam board. So now I'm gonna have to make a cut on my board. And I do want it to be just as close as I can get it, so that it has a nice tight fit. So I'm going to put a little mark on my foam board here. I think I'll stand up so I can see. Get a nice... But this foam board has been really easy to work with. I wasn't quite sure, because I haven't worked with this before. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to be. I made a little bit of a goof on my this piece of foam board when I was cutting it. I kind of got off track, so I've got a little piece of the foam board that's not cut correctly. It has like a sliver where it's cut a little bit off. But guys, this is a rustic piece and you can hide a lot of those kinds of sins when you have a rustic piece. All right, I'm just gonna grab, I have a metal ruler that's been kind of nice. Thanks, Kathy. I do too. I'm so blown away by how this foam makes a good looking piece. It's just awesome. Trying to make sure I can see my mark. All right, and then I just slice right through that. I did see a pretty cool tool. I was looking around yesterday online, and I did see a pretty nice tool for cutting this foam. So if you would rather have a better tool than just using yeah, I've lost my mark. Huh. Oh, no, I didn't. There it is. If you'd rather have a more, solid tool and be able to kind of line it up, on Amazon they do have a really cool foam cutter. I'll link it. I don't know that I'm going to do this type of project all the time, but there are people who, like, this is what they make. I know the peppermint cactus, this is definitely something she is going to be doing for a long time, and that cutter would really be helpful to anybody who's going to do that. It has kind of a metal ruler and a channel for the tool to kind of go into. So it seems pretty foolproof. It's for like guys who make airplanes out of this foam, like as a hobby. So anyway, I thought that was really cool that they had something like that. but of course we do. People are ingenious. So it looks like I need to add a little bit here. I've got kind of a white spot and I don't want that there. I did find at the Dollar Tree yesterday some of those little makeup sponges that I was telling you about. It has this little square. This is really great for getting those edges. So I'm going to put a little bit of my paint, or my little, not my paint, but my antique wax on there and get that covered. Well, I think I am. My stuff's a little dried out. I did go to Hobby Lobby and I did find some small containers of this wax, so you don't have to buy these really big ones. So they have these little antique wax containers, and they did have some of the little clear wax too. So if you're trying to figure out where to find that, that might be a good place to start looking. I'm just going to use some of that that's right there on my lid, and I'm just going to just tap that and get that dark. And I want to get this edge that I cut. I don't want any of that white to peek through and ruin the illusion that this is wood. So sometimes I'm kind of a lazy crafter. If I'm going to do something like this, I want it to look realistic. And I will catch this other edge. I'll catch that edge because it's going to be on the outside. I should be able to get it no problem. So same thing over here. I want to make sure I get this edge that I cut. And we'll cover it. So Chalk Couture had a launch day not too long ago, and that means they launched a new catalog, and my stuff should be coming any day now. I haven't looked at my tracking. I've been trying to just stay busy and not worry about it, but I'm really excited about the things that I ordered, the new stuff that I'm gonna get, and then I can show you guys all these fun things. It'll be fun to do some fall projects together. So I'm looking forward to that. All right. Well, I like to do the Chalk Couture stuff, but I also like to do things like this that I just find and get excited about. So I hope you guys like me taking you on these tangents to do other kinds of crafting. I love Chalk Couture, but I don't want to be so tied to that we never look at anything else. I think it's a little more interesting to do some different things. All right, now the moment I've been waiting for. All right, so now I have my finished surface, and it looks pretty realistic to me. I would believe it's a board until I touch it. It still has that foamy surface, so I know it's not a board when I touch it. But I like that. All right, let's chalk on this thing. That's the whole point of me making it. Now, some people just make these, and when they make different designs with the wood, they don't even put anything on top. They let the wood kind of speak for itself, which I think is awesome. But I made this surface to chalk on. So I'm going to get my rooster transfer peeled up here. Now, I did check out my transfer. I put it on the surface just to see how it was going to react, and it did not stick really hard, and I'm sure that's because I'm using wax, right? Wax is what we put on slick surfaces to keep them from sticking too much. So these transfers are silkscreen, and I don't want to pull super hard on them because I could mess up the silkscreen transfer part. Okay, now so I could do anything with this. There's a lot of words on here. but I'm probably not going to use this one many more times for lives. So I want to do this. I love this part that says historic downtown, farmers market. I grew up in Oklahoma, and I am an Oklahoma girl in my heart, even though I live in Washington State. And I love me a good farmers market in Oklahoma. That is definitely where I'm from. But yeah, I think I'm going to pull. I was going to try to keep it off. I was going to try to keep some of it on the backer paper, but I think it's going to be too hard to do it that way. So the nice thing about these transfers is they are repositionable. I can move them. Good morning, Christy. Glad you hopped on. If you hop on, say hi so I know that you were here. I love knowing who's on with me to enjoy crafting. I did pull a name yesterday from our sprinkle basket, and I talked to that person, and we've got a plan for what I'm going to send her. So each Monday I send out one special thing that I've made during the week to someone who has sprinkled or shared either my videos or one of my posts. So I post lots of memes just for fun, and if you share a meme or you share one of my videos, I put you in the sprinkle bucket. So I have this cute little bucket over here, and these are names from yesterday, so I'm going to have to dump those out because it's a new week. All right, now I have an empty sprinkle bucket. So if you want to be entered into that drawing for one of my projects, like you could win this project, I'll mail it to you. Or if you live locally, we'll plan to get together, and you'll win this project. When you sprinkle, that helps my page. Facebook likes for us to have lots of that kind of activity on our page. All right, so I'm just gonna I'm using the chalk paste. So our products, our chalk paste especially, is made to be able to put it on a surface and take it off a surface if the surface isn't too porous. I'm not sure how it would work on this surface. We do have a lot of wax on here, but I don't know that I would expect it to react very well. I thought about trying this out and seeing what this was going to look like on this surface. I have not chalked anything on one of these boards before, so I'm not sure how it's going to react. I think it's going to be fine, but we are definitely witnessing something that I've never done before, guys. So keep your fingers crossed. So when I'm adding chalk, I'm just pressing nice and firm. This is not a paint, it's a chalk paste, and the chalk is a dry. It's creamy, but it dries quickly. So when I'm working on a surface that's this big, one of these transfers, I do want to work quickly so that my chalk doesn't dry in my silkscreen. I've chalked over lines like this before and it hasn't been a problem, so fingers crossed that it won't be a problem on this project either. But like I say, this is a surface I've never chalked on before. Would have never thought of chalking on foam core board. But I am seeing more and more designers use it, the foam core board, as a way to make a dimensional surface too. Sometimes people use a scroll saw to create a shaped surface, and sometimes they use foam core for that, which is a great idea. but I have not tried that with the foam core. This is my first go. When I saw that gal making the faux boards, I just had to try it. I kind of threw off all abandon and went, oh, I gotta try. My husband Brian's so patient, watching me try all this crazy stuff and smiling. All right, now the nice thing about these transfers, good morning, Julie. The nice thing about these transfers is if I see there's an area I didn't hit very well, I can push it back down and chalk some more. So this is the magic part that I love about Chalk Couture. Ah! Tickled with that. Alright, I'm going to hang up my transfer. I'm going to hang it off the side of my table, and I'll take it to water to wash it. The nice thing about these transfers too is that they just wash with water. I don't need any harsh chemical. They just wash with water. All right. What do you guys think? How did she turn out there? So this is just foam core. Just regular old foam board. If you just hopped on, this is something that we've created just using the foam board. We've created the wood look. I have a video yesterday where I showed you how to create the wood look, and then today we just put it all together. I put the pieces together. It's all on a black foam board behind, so that if there's any spaces you won't see white peeking through. It'll be dark like a shadow. Thanks, guys. I'm in love with it too. I really like it. I can see a few places, this little crevice, the W, it kind of bled a little bit, and that's because there's that spot below it with the crack. But other than that, the transfer worked really well. So this could definitely be yours if you want to sprinkle and share a video or a meme. I will put your name in the sharing bucket, and this is up for grabs. That's what I love about this stuff, is that it is so easy to make. I could literally make 10 of these today if I wanted to. Great for craft fairs. And this isn't the only print that would look good on here. I can think of several prints that would look great on this kind of rustic-y looking board. You can also do a gray color. If you just did less brown and more of the black, you would make more of a gray color. And I'll probably be doing some of those. I don't think I want to make my page all about just faux wood paneling. But I'll definitely bring this back now and then to show you different ways that you can use these faux boards. Like I said, really a super simple technique. I hope some of you guys went over to Peppermint Cactus and checked her out. She's the one who has the demos on how to do this technique. You can watch my video from yesterday as well. I kind of ran you through it as I did it. It's nice to be able to see as you're watching those kinds of things. So yeah, this is our project for today. I don't think I'm going to add anything to it. I don't think it needs a ribbon. I don't think it needs anything else. A hanger would be super simple. So I could put a piece of jute cord with hot glue on the back. I could just hang it. You could also just add some simple hangers. I think it would be super simple. It's so lightweight because it's just that foam core board. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about Chalk Couture or about this project, leave them in the comments, and I will definitely get back to you and let you know the answer if I know it. If you are interested in checking out Chalk Couture, we've got lots of different ways to do that. If you're not part of the VIP group, put hashtag VIP. and I will put you in there. Ooh, jute and wooden beads would be really cute, Kathy. Good call. Definitely, that would be cute. I might have to put those on. Great idea. Why didn't I think of that? I could have done that with you guys. But if you're interested in Chalk Couture, put hashtag VIP. I'll add you to the VIP group, which is where we do a monthly project together. It's an easy way to check out Chalk Couture. We also have other ways within Chalk Couture. Club Couture is where you get a monthly transfer once a month for $20, and you get 3 paste colors. So it gives you everything you need to make a project. We also have Try Me kits, and the Try Me kits are super nice because they have a surface and ink or chalk and the transfer. So it's another way to very affordably. Those are about $20 a piece as well. So it's a nice affordable way to figure out if you like Chalk Couture. But I tell you, if you try it, you're going to be hooked. It's so simple to make a project like this that just has so much impact. So anyway, I'm going to work on putting some color on these edges and getting it all cleaned up. So hopefully if one of you guys wants to have this in your house, it'll be all finished up. And I love Kathy's idea of having a piece of jute with some of the wooden beads. I know you guys have seen that around as a way to hang this. So I will work on that, and I'll show you tomorrow that finished product with everything buttoned up and ready to go. All right? Thanks, guys. It was great having you here today. Thanks for joining me and supporting my page. Remember, I am on Facebook, so I am on YouTube as well. So if you like to watch videos on YouTube, hop over there. I'm still Rain or Shine Chalk Design. Thanks, guys. Get out there and make it a great day. Bye.